Hello, fellow Star Voyagers. Welcome. Hello, Molesy. First in the room. I think that's 2 days in a row. First one here. Didn't we already run this mission? Hey, the mic's on, right? Stream's going. Seemed to have a lot of trouble yesterday with basic buttons. See how today goes. Friday, the 13th. Luck to us all. Duck and cover, Snake. Dee Dee's laying low. Right then, we are exactly where we left off yesterday. We have nothing to do on the ground here. I was just concerned that we might get pulled into a cutscene as soon as we go back to the ACC. Let's find out. Could be something, could be nothing, but we finished rescuing all the children who had escaped. Might sound like they didn't need rescuing, but well, there it is. Okay, no cutscene. Let's see where everything's at. Online stuff, bonuses, daily rewards, scores, grades. Yeah. There was a combat deployment, which should still be underway. I think. Be underway. An hour and a half left, with only a 61% probability of success, so see what happens there. He's going. Riot suits. Flashlights can disarm the enemy.
Message coming in.
Woodias,
Patching it
thank
through.
you for the host, sir. Greetings. Anybody a fan of the Friday the 13th movies? I was always more partial to Nightmare on Elm Street myself. That's what we did yesterday. Search for the escaped children, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still have the picture. Did I never get the last picture back to Paz? We just talked about it a few times yesterday after. Let's go back to Mother Base, medical platform, and if we don't get cutscened into something else, let's go check in with Paz about that. Yeah, that one was awful. Freddy versus Jason was awful. But I'll tell you, back many, many years before Freddy versus Jason, I doubt my memory's good enough to pinpoint what year, but let's say 1990-ish. Late 80s, 1990-ish. I had a very vivid Freddy versus Jason dream. To the point where I think my memory got confused then as to whether or not I had seen a movie with both of them in it, which of course didn't exist because when they finally made one, it was later and it really sucked. I got into Nightmare on Elm Street sometime between the third and fourth one. Saw the first few on VHS. I guess I would have seen them all on VHS. I didn't see any in the theaters until New Nightmare, Wes Craven's New Nightmare, sometime in the 90s. Hellraiser? Yeah. More recently, not back then. Never saw Hellraiser back then. I've seen it past 10 years. It was pretty good. I didn't keep watching them. Maybe I watched the second one too. Grab a shower while I'm thinking about it. The Omen.
Welcome back, boss.
not the remake. So many bad horror remakes. We may have taken this picture to her yesterday. We'll find out.
Boss, any chance of expanding the base?
No, but thank you for guarding my super secret, private, weird, alone time room.
Oh, Snake.
Oh, pass. Let's see.
What is it, Snake?
Oh, okay. Could've sworn we were hanging on to this still.
One of the group birthday parties. They are something to look forward to every month. Mueller was so funny at this one. When is the party this month? Last month was...
Hey, Adensa.
I cannot remember.
She can't remember.
It was... And then I...
Zoidlar,
No,
greetings.
that's not right. But I am an angel of peace. I am a student. My head, it hurts.
Yeah, it must hurt trying to reconcile all that, all those memories of good things and good times, and then what happened? Cayo Pinto. Fishing. Brew. That would be the sunscreen incident. The kitty, Nuke.
My stomach.
Eastay. Galvez. You're letting it go? Enough experiments with Vegas there, Zoidlar? Oh well. Maybe it wasn't meant to be.
Roger. This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Good job.
This is B-Quad. On station at LZ.
Scenic parts of Vegas are some of my favorite bits of Fallout. Not the whole thing, but parts of it.
Gaining altitude.
Got some good stories, good characters. Still a good open world. Vegas was a cool anchor for that kind of gameplay. The strip and then the wasteland around it. Stay on target. Stay on target. Much more sense of choice in Vegas. I agree. Hi, Labia. Greetings. Killer Tomatoes. Have you seen, don't you mean Killer Clowns from Outer Space? Because that one was boss. Hello. So our next story mission is the weird one with the tape that has to be the research data that has to be. You go in and they don't have all the data. You have to kind of wait for Ocelot or Kaz or whoever's working on it to process, the intel team to process the data. And then you get a marker, or you don't even get a marker, but you get a picture. And maybe we don't have to wait for that. Is anyone an expert with this mission? Can you give me some feedback? If anyone knows this well, let me know. Noise suppression specialist. Please. When we get that noise suppression specialist, we can make the unlimited suppressor version of our tranq pistol and other cool things. But there's a pillar. There's a bunch of pillars. The stone ruins, small area, and in a broken corner of one of them, there's a roll of film or something stashed there. That's what we have to find. Retrieve the film canister containing the classified information. And as you infiltrate, you wait for the intel team to give you a picture of the location. But even when they give you the picture, it's a stone pillar, and there's plenty of them around. I can never remember. If it's in a fixed location, I can never remember where it is. The variable location, that could explain why I can't remember where it is. But it also just be my memory and the fact that they all look roughly the same. A bunch of broken stone pillars, and somewhere it's there. Oh hell, let's go straight in. I want to see what's up with that. So let's go. DD would be very useful for making sure we don't get surprised by enemies on the map. Quiet could be very useful for cover fire if we get spotted and we have a sniper who's gonna pull aggro and knock some helmets off. Bring Quiet. Special gear. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Yeah, I think you got it. I think you got it.
Boss, retrieve the film canister our informant hid in Spookmade Keep before he died.
Spookmade
It contains
Keep.
vital information on Skullface's plan. For now, our only clue is the garbled photograph the informant tried to send us before the end. We're working on analyzing the data, but there's no time to wait. A KGB Spetsnaz squad is after the target as well. Boss, go to Spookmade Keep and use the VI to lead you to where the film canister is hidden. It is paramount you retrieve the target.
Use the VI. He means these pictures here, lower right corner. See, it's blurry. Well, that's gonna get less blurry as we go. My approach. Approach this way. Okay, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes and Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I think I have a DVD of that one somewhere in the closet. They wrap everyone in cotton candy, right? Horrible! Delicious. Yeah, Jensen, but that's only like the last month, right? They were really active for a couple months, and then a little less active. I think they had didn't they have an aborted marathon recently? There was supposed to be one that didn't happen. Looking for where we get a checkpoint.
There's some high ground there. Just what you need for recon.
I have recollection of coming in from the other side. in the past. Okay, only one came out. I thought I saw two go behind that pillar and only one came out. So the actual film canister, well, I can't say precisely where it is. It's sort of, look where the crosshairs in the middle of the screen are. It's like there, or it might be right there, or it's maybe the break in the pillar back there, but it's something like that. And this silly picture we have, which has not developed any further on the other side, is going to kind of show us what we're looking for. But not really. But not really. So I don't know why we're hearing that truck so loudly, but I think it parks on the far side. You know what?
Fire.
Quiet. Let's see if it's a risky start, because if she tranks him and somebody sees it, get messy. That truck was not where I thought it was. Okay.
Fire!
Alright, somebody's figured figured something out.
Fire!
He's got body armor, that sucks. That might have got him in the back of the leg. Is that enough to... Did that get through his armor? No. Get through his. He's gonna start waking people up any moment. Goes. Too bad I can't just power trank shots through his armor here. They're gonna wake everyone up. There's almost no point in even tranking them like that. And then they're gonna go on an alert. So that was a very poor start.
Fire!
Look, Wyatt's a rock star. Come on, where'd your shot go? Where'd your shot go? He heard that hit the ground. It didn't actually hit him. Just get the
Boss, we fully decrypted
they don't have
the
any
data.
week spot, do they?
Now the target's hiding place should be
The
clear as day.
riot guards, they don't
Check
have
your
any
iDroid.
weak spot in their armor that I know of. How about you? So here's our decrypted picture. You see there's an arch, and it's like on the left side of the arch from a certain viewpoint. That's what we're looking for. So we've got an arch, and it might be like right there. What a mess. I'm gonna keep going, but I kind of want to start it over because look at it, it's all stirred up like a hornet's nest. And that's my fault. I mean, if Wyatt started straight cover fire, it would distract them. She'd end up getting targeted and shot. I'm not trying to use her as bait like that. Go a bit noisy. Mostly brought non-lethal weapons, but I do have a grenade launcher. I do have smoke and sleep grenades. There's more than one arch. Arch, arch, arch. I think it's the closer one. Hell if I know, though. Get in your Jeep and drive away or something. My suggestion. bold or go home. Okay, looks like we're going home in a body bag. Ah! Oh man. So Quiet could hit him, but she would hit the helmet if I tell her to fire. A shame, because she clearly has the shot. Whoa, Daddy! Located target. Oh shit. What does that mean? They located the film that I want? That's not good. Target. Oh, and we want the noise suppression specialist. You know who that is? Or where he is? I know where they are. They're up on the hill, aren't they?
Boss, the target's been destroyed.
Mission failed.
They shot the film canister? Or my noise suppression specialist?
Boss, go to Spook May Keep and use the VI to lead you to where the film canister is hidden. It is paramount you retrieve the target before the enemy does. There's some high ground there. Just what you need for recon.
Talk to me about birdies.
A vulture.
Just
You
a
die out
vulture.
here, you could be its next meal.
Okay.
Stay on your toes.
So the markings stay. Isn't there someone, or was it just a separate side up? Isn't there someone up by that rock? Possibly someone to be rescued. As for my noise suppression specialist, it could be one of these troops. And you can see how little time we have to work with. Back up here. Hey. Let me out here. If I can get around this lip without... it's not gonna work. I can try going up there. Hey, you're really making me sad here. Getting stuck on little things. He's worse than Geralt. Why did you stand up, Snake?
Fire!
Shit. I can't have Quiet do it. We've got multiple troops. Me. Well, we're off to a great start.
Boss, go to Spook May Keep and use the VI to lead you to where the film canister is hidden. It is paramount
Can't
you
I be
retrieve
hasty?
the target before the enemy does.
Of alerting everyone. Isn't that allowed?
Some high
No,
ground
that's
there.
not allowed.
Just what you need for recon.
Har, har, har. So there's that Jeep I remember coming in, but it doesn't stop until it's over here. Did anyone see the noise suppression specialist while I was scanning troops? It is daytime. I am being pretty obvious. They do have a clear line of sight, and last time they investigated all the way to my position. So I guess I lied about being careful. But now. Just gonna crap him, he didn't get close enough. Okay, that's not bad that he's moving out. This might be a good way to draw them out, actually. Might have the shot. No. Did I not even tag him? Should have used the sniper, he'd be down. Oh, he's gonna fucking see me. What? Wyatt, where are you?
Contact!
I'm so amused. That was just sad. That was just sad. I'm gonna go cry now. What the hell? Alright, so I whizzed a couple shots by his head. Fine. But that was just... Hi, Rex.
Boss, go to Spookmate Keep and use the VI to lead you to where the film canister is hidden. It is paramount you retrieve the target before the enemy does. There's some high ground there. Just what you need for recon.
Do we have the option of deploying at night for this mission? Or was there no option? Because... Damn, I feel like I screwed up bringing us in daytime. They're 100 meters away. It's about 92. And they are watching me. I cannot get away with walking over here. Hey. Hey, come back where we're at. You're more interesting than those soldiers over there. Here you go. Where'd it go? I can't answer that question. Maybe the box would help. If you're asking me if I know, I don't know.
Fire!
He's up there. Maybe no one will path up to him. Where he's at. Too late. Someone already saw it happen. Great. More riot gear. One going up there with riot gear. I can't see him, but just in case he doesn't have a helmet, take the shot, quiet. Yeah. Booched. What a mess. The most important thing for me is actually not even completing the mission. That's required, but I'm more interested in the noise suppression specialist. Any idea where the noise suppression specialist is? Is it a prisoner up on the hill or one of these troops? Tempted to restart and come in from the other side of the map, because where I'm coming in from, they have this... It felt refreshing to come in from this side, but they have such a good view of everything before hitting the checkpoint. Let me show you where we might normally come in. We came in over here. We can get to high ground above them and actually have not just elevation, but some control. We could probably still get there, although the mission's kind of on an invisible timer. They're searching for the same thing you are.
Boss, go
And if I could run without them spotting me, they're about 100 meters away, but it's broad daylight, and they're paying attention.
retrieve the target before the
So,
enemy does.
even if I hug the wall here,
There's some high ground there.
say I want to come around to
Need
the...
for recon.
Try to go low profile without crawling. If I want to get to the... About where that Jeep is coming in, I want to be on the hillside behind it. I'm not finding any good way to approach from this side. 66 meters, 60 meters. I'm getting down. Who was even closer? 59 meters. So that's really good visibility for these soldiers who usually won't see jack. I think so. Yeah, I think so. Probably. He would come to high ground. See if Quiet has the shot. Not gonna have the shot. He's not gonna come all the way up, is he? He's gonna turn around. He's in a great place to take him out. Far enough away from everyone else, but
Fire!
please, no one see the shot. Hear the shot? No, the same asshole. There. You get him, Quiet? Get him right now. Right now. Get another helmet. Well,
Fire!
message got through.
Fire!
He's coming too. Roger that.
Why are we hearing active gunfire? Not a good sign. We don't want Quiet engaged in a firefight. I can tell her to stop, but
Fire!
what up, Rage Mage? Man, how are you? What up, chat? No worries, man. I don't know shit from Shinola anymore. How's you? That should have been a cheap shot. Dare say. Can I knock a helmet off with my rubber bullets? No. Yep. Hey, I'm scrolling back up here for a minute. When you were asking about what mission it was. Just look it up. Noise suppression specialist. I want to know where they are. 38. Killed here in the background. Ordinary. Give me a second here. What I'm aiming for, figuratively speaking. Prisoner of the East Guard outpost. Not what I was thinking of on the hill, though. What you looked up, Lamia's That's about what I found. Eastern guard post, northeast maybe
Go
of
to
it.
Spugmate Keep and use the VI to
But
lead you to where
that
the dome canister is hidden.
means like
It is
that.
paramount you retrieve
See, the other
target
landing
before the
spot
enemy
was
does.
somewhere around here. We could have landed somewhere around there. Instead, I picked the spot down here. A little off, but I think this is what they're talking about. Means we're no longer in the right place for that. Let's restart the mission. And our landing site is probably still picked, but I don't know. I just need to wipe the slate clean. That was a shit show. I prefer not presenting a shit show. They happen. Shit shows happen. Aha, bot. Aha.
Boss, retrieve the film canister our informant hid in
Thank you for
Spugmate
looking
Keep
that up.
before he
Let me
died. It contains vital information on Skullface's plan. For now, our only clue is the garbled photograph the informant tried to send us before the end. We're working on analyzing the data, but there's no time to wait. A KGB Spetsnaz squad is after the target as well.
Yeah, the landing point has already been selected unless I take us back to the...
To lead you to where the film canister is hidden.
But we're not at that
Paramount, you
landing
retrieve the target before
spot.
the enemy does.
Okay. Yeah, we may need to take that other landing site.
That's a Caracal sheep. They're the oldest domesticated sheep and are also prized for their pelts. Some are raised for their meat, but...
Did I tag it even once?
Control.
Are you coming back to base with us? Did its fur act like armor? Alright, letting the sheep go. We have a timer. You're off. Molsey, we'll see you later. Have a good one. Been hitting The Witcher 3 pretty hard. Making a concentrated effort, concerted effort to actually finish it this time. Your save got corrupted, so you had to start. Man, that's probably going to our guard post. That was the... Not our guard post, but that was probably the Jeep going to Spugmate. Raises the question, would we be able to intercept it? Run to the right point and intercept that Jeep? I think we'll have to restart it because of the timing. Unless the trigger for their searching doesn't occur until you get close to Spugmate. We might have an unlimited amount of time until we get near Spugmate, and then it starts actively counting down in the background. There we go. Green arrow. There's our noise suppression specialist. Thank you for looking that up again. Ay, 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 ay.
Fire! Fire!
Hey, Crystal. How's you?
Fire!
Been looking for you. Crystal! I don't know, you tell me. How am I doing? I don't know anymore.
Okay, subject is in.
I'll take your word for it.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Hope you're good out there. You are doing amazing, and amazing it is. As they say, fake it till you make it. Alright, now what I'm hoping is
Subject on board.
people
Leave
check
the
me
rest
on my
to us.
game mechanics and logic here. We're gonna get a checkpoint at some point while I run in this direction. There it is. New skill, R&D. Now we can develop the pistol, and no one's gonna take that away from us. Let's get the development started. But if we end up restarting this mission, that's the one. That's
Boss,
the
we
one.
fully decrypted the VI data. Now the target's hiding place should be clear as day.
If the mission
Check your
gets
iDroid.
restarted, they can't take back our noise suppression specialist. Even if we have to restart the mission, completely fail, abort, back to ACC, because of the way the checkpoint system works and the world state works, that's now preserved. I'd love a check on that. I think we're good. They can't undo our development project, and they can't even take back the noise suppression specialist. So now that they've decrypted this data, we've got the picture. Wait, it showed it in a different location. Not in a pillar, it showed it in like a little clay pot. Does this mission have variables that I'm unaware of? Are we really looking for it in a clay pot now? Same Spugme. Our checkpoint is back around the corner. They're searching for the same thing I am, and we lost all our markings. And now we're talking about a clay pot. That's what it looked like to me in the picture. And I'm guessing it's on the far side. Maybe over by their Jeep. Bet I should have had Quiet scout this place. It might not be too late while I'm searching around. See, there's little clay pots there. The one in the picture was on its side. Uh-oh. That's not good. Somebody else is seeing me now. Alright, we're about to get spotted. Or maybe he'll be more interested in his buddy who dropped. Wish I knew the spot I was crawling to, though. Alright, there's a... How about that? Oh, crawl off a cliff. Not gonna be able to crawl over this stupid thing either. Did they find it? They're shooting at it. I don't know how close that is to me, but they're like 30 feet away from me. They're destroying the film canister. So we got a checkpoint.
The target's been destroyed.
We still got our noise suppression specialist. I've pooched this mission so bad.
Boss, we fully decrypted the VI
I just
data.
want it to be
Now
over.
the target's
But we do
hiding
have to
place should be
finish
clear
it.
as day. Check your iDroid.
And actually, the spot they've marked may be the right spot now. Now that it's fully decrypted, I don't really know how that mission indicator works in this case. Did it just disappear? Yellow marker disappeared. Picture, clay pottery, you can see. Alright, I'm gonna try this corner up near me. Okay, that's not ideal. Go check it out. Go look at them. Ignore me and go check that out. Don't look at me. Go check out the body that just dropped. Yeah. You know what? While they're looking at me, I want to know where the hell this thing is. Is that it? There it is. Front corner, okay? Did I say at any point that I liked this mission? I think what I said was I was wondering when this mission was coming along because it's on my mind.
Boss, we fully decrypted
What a
the VI
frustrating
data.
mission.
Now the
by
target's
nature.
hiding place should be clear as day. Check your iDroid.
In a way, it's kind of like the armored, the tank unit, the armored vehicle units, heavy infantry. Whenever you have a map with people on patrol, and you can't trank them because they're wearing riot gear, though they aren't all. Quiet, but she's not gonna be able to help much. I could create a distraction somewhere, hope enough of them go to it, and then try to go make off with the film. Something simple like that. It's not my... Big distractions are not my specialty. Small distractions, okay. But a big distraction, that usually means I've been spotted. I am the distraction. I guess one patient way to do this would be to make your way to the outside of the map, wait for some of the patrols, and pick them off one by one. Grab them, and pick them off one by one. Of course, stay low, be patient, and wait for an opportunity to just close in on the film, and their pathing might even allow for it. Like to speak, yeah, it's the real mission, but I wanted, hey Thevy, I wanted the noise suppression specialist. There's our film
Completed your objective.
reel.
Now get out of the hot zone.
Get out of there. "32 meters coming my way. How about not? I don't want to be seen. Get out of here. What'll be exceptionally stupid is if we get a high rank on this mission. With the way the checkpoint system works, it could happen. How many times did we get spotted, and yet the game is gonna call it stealth, perfect stealth. Alright. At range? No, not yet. Get the heck away from these clowns. And hot zone. So the other objectives, other tasks on this mission. I'm guessing one is for an animal. I saw a couple birds. They were vultures. Right, checked and they were vultures. What's the weird sing-song noise? That's quiet. Quiet. You know, quiet. Well, I'm glad we got that stupid checkpoint a minute ago. We don't need that. We've already taken 30 checkpoints on this mission. Fine, I won't run. Fine, game. Fine.
Now get out of the
I
hot
see him.
zone.
You know what? just got quiet for a different reason. They were the only two on patrol. We were a few feet from the end of the from exiting the hot zone. Ah, well.
All right, you're out of the hot zone. No enemy
Hey, Vet.
forces in pursuit. Mission
Greetings.
complete. All right, mission complete, boss.
Good, we got.
Maybe you'll actually break a sweat next time.
Did
huh?
not get a good rating. Didn't deserve an A. There, perfect stealth, no kills. Yeah, right. I really have issues with the scoring system. It's way too forgiving in some regards. Hamburger tape. I don't know what it is, but I hate getting a pat on the back for fucking something up. Oh, it's okay. You didn't do a bad job. I don't know why. That's.
Boss, I've updated the mission list. We received a new
Is
job
that
offer.
why? Do I have
The
standards?
details are on your iDroid.
Hamburger tape first.
Feeling hungry?
The 6-minute hamburger tape.
Old timer. I do not get hungry. No. But you have a new hamburger? You guessed it. And this time we use lamb. Lamb? You're not a lamb kind of guy? A hamburger is made of beef. Who ever heard of a hamburger without beef?
The lamb burger. Get
We gotta
over
stay
it.
fresh. Stand out from our competition. You're what? Just give it a try. If you say so.
Is that back at Spugmay? Extract the highly skilled soldiers. Back at Spugmay. Let's do it. Why not?
But
Ha ha.
I cannot call this a hamburger. I thought we were onto something this time. Maybe the problem is that it looks like a regular hamburger. Gotta think outside the box. Too much baggage if they come in expecting just another burger. Let's see. Cotton candy. To make it look like a sheep. Yeah. Just a minute. You really think people would eat that? What is it you are planning? Are you using me? A taste tester.
That's the target.
Focus group? Well, actually, I've already started. I got a place called, Miller's...
Boss, get down. The enemy sniper. Stay low and crawl along the ground. That should enable you to sneak past enemies.
Buns. The Ocelot said Diamond Dog's budget did not add up. But you don't mean to tell me. What? No. Our black budget's got it all covered. I'm not embezzling GMP or anything. Still, let's not say anything to Snake, okay? Very well. However, Kazuhira, it takes more than premium ingredients and a clever recipe to satisfy the palate. Okay, so what do we do? The palate seeks one thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much a high five. A wave, a high five.
Additives. There is nothing mysterious.
I'm not the expert.
Or spiritual about good flavor. The tongue simply identifies specific amino acids, which the brain then recognizes as appealing. Therefore, all that is needed is to chemically isolate those amino acids, incorporate them into your...
You gotta extract him?
To be clear, I speak of flavor. The rest is irrelevant. That seems a little extreme. Do not forget that I am a scientist after all.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
For the benefit of others is the joy in seeking coexistence with nature's blessings. Not everything can remain in its natural form. When we fall ill, we must be treated. Otherwise, that very nature could cost us our lives. Agriculture is one of nature's many blessings. But through that process,
Wandering Puppets 3, a new one.
damage the surrounding vegetation.
Yeah,
Whether it's a
let's go.
massive farm or
It's
a
nearby.
tiny field, we always leave our mark on the land.
The same is true of parasites. And for food preparation. If tapeworms in the raw meat of another animal enter the human body, they roam around trying to find their usual habitat. Sometimes even eating away at the brain in their confusion. So in looking through a scientific point of view, you see the necessity for processing food. Yes, it is also sometimes necessary to eliminate certain parasites, or selectively use or even modify others. Alternatively, we could say that if a man is part of nature, the work he does is also part of it. What is important is the balance.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, old-timer. You really opened my eyes.
Old timer.
I fooled myself into thinking people today wanted high-quality, all-natural goods. But my favorite burgers were never about that. What they want is something like the first burger I had in America when I went to meet my dad. A Frankenburger loaded with additives.
Frankenburger.
That's the America I knew and loved. I'll be back in a jiffy, old-timer. My next burger's gonna knock your socks off.
Ah, the social commentary of the hamburger tapes.
What is important is how we balance the... quick for a one-legged man. Frankenburger. What kind of a dive did your old man take you to?
Hey, Shags. Good to see you. Greetings. Been quiet in here. Holding up all right, hopefully. Oh yes, that's where we are. The Wandering Puppet missions have the... I think all of them have the side effect of taking place in areas without normal troops, or is that not the case? No? Well, forget what I said. I thought all of the Wandering Puppet missions were similar in that respect. Maybe that was just the first couple as an introduction. There are ordinary troops around. Why aren't they beefing with the Wandering Puppets? You're taking the pup in for his vet checkup? Is this a new member of the family? Hope all the metal gears are still, you know, solid. Well, the metal ones are.
That's the target.
The flesh and blood ones, little iffy, but what you gonna do? Look at the vet. Catch you later.
You gonna extract him?
Usually a headshot will actually work on these Wandering Puppets. There's a window there, isn't there? You can also just choke them out, but... Their motions are pretty weird.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Who's got something worth checking out here? But they didn't already check out the wandering puppets?
Roger that.
Same one as annual checkup. Good deal, man. Staying on top of it. Good Doxy, one of her joints a bit, taking her to the vet. Forget quick, she wanted to eat every
Subject
other...
on board.
There.
Leave the rest to us.
A creature of chaos. There goes my suppressor. Oh well, I'll just grab him. Their skill levels will be raised by default. There was one without even an A+ to his name. But I think in general, yeah.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Except for the ones indoors. Quiet could probably help with them. Hit shots is all she does. Hey, Yui. Hello. Right, CQC no good. You'll knock them down, you won't knock them out. One coming around the corner.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Do they have any mangled dialogue if you try to interrogate them? I wonder, I didn't think to try. Time.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Hey, nice, Yui. That's awesome. Bet you're having fun with it. They get a medal or something, their skill levels will be raised. Ah, yeah, I know what you mean. The bars change, they get some yellow highlighting, and they're all... I gotcha now. Because you're awarding all of them medals when you get them back. But those were the puppets, they're mindless. How do they ever become normal soldiers again? That's not supposed to be a thing. They're rewarded already. Alright, it still confuses me a little bit. That's okay. How much time is left on our... Eliminate the dictator. 1 hour. 1 hour until disappointment. Put a tape on.
We finished decoding the informant's report. That floating kid we've run into a few times now. Looks like he was a test subject in clinical experiments. The Soviets called him the Third Boy. The Third Boy was brought to a lab on the outskirts of Moscow from Czechoslovakia. after which he was due to be sent to a research center in Leningrad,
That's true, though.
then Siberia, and finally an academic town in Novosibirsk. It doesn't appear that the researchers witnessed the talents we've seen from him, but nevertheless he was quite the popular subject. His latent cognitive abilities suddenly awoke en route to Moscow. According to the report, the third boy was easily influenced by other individuals' biofields. Evil thoughts, in particular. They affected his mind like a virus.
That's already
Extreme
working.
anger or resentment, motives for revenge, in other words. Now, during the transport flight to Moscow, the boy was exposed to a powerful mental energy field coming from a certain individual. Ever since, being conscious of his powers, he's become a sort of energy generator. What's unique about him is the way his acute telepathic abilities get taken over by another person's will. The boy began to physically parasitize individuals experiencing extreme anger and codify the host's desires. This includes amplifying the host's natural strengths. Or, in accordance with the host's desires, he can also implant program code in another individual, making them a puppet, essentially. Human neural synapses transmit weak electrical currents between neurons. These electrical currents, though at a level difficult to observe, warp the magnetic field outside the body. The third boy is able to pick up these weak fluctuations. Contrary to psychotronics, which involves controlling the human mind, his abilities
No
as a
third
receptor are
tier
too high.
suppressor.
The emotions he picks up from another individual are amplified and unleashed into his body as they recur in his brain. They turn into microwaves, which then affect the physical world, triggering paranormal phenomena like the spontaneous combustion of organic matter or psychokinesis, moving an object without touching it. There's one other thing. While he's parasitizing a host, the boy's ego gets shut away, allowing the will of the host to take control of his powers, like some annoying static drowning out your own voice. That means he isn't responsible for what's been happening. Somebody's extreme anger has manifested through the third boy's powers in ways none of us could have predicted.
for revenge.
Which would mean this was going on somewhere around us.
Okay, let's get back on the ground. Listen to the last two tapes. Maybe running another side op, and then we'll. Wait, where did we end up with our missions here? Look. Extraordinary. Cleared. 41. Proxy war without end. Eliminate the CFA armored column assembling to the north of Nova Braga. Column contains many large-scale fighting vehicles. Yeah, we're moving through stuff here. Expecting to finish the game tomorrow, not today. Planned just 4 hours for us today. We may do that, or we may go a little more than that. Either way, I don't think we'll finish today. I think we can skip that. The one I'm thinking of, is it? I had some thoughts on which ones I wanted to run, rerun, and not. Already done 1, 2, 3, 4. The repeats. Don't you get stuck having to run a certain number of the repeat missions for other things to unlock? If you didn't touch any of the alternate rule sets missions, eventually you'd have to do a couple of them just to get things to progress. I have some memory of that. Extreme Cloaked in Silence. Central Base Camp. Something at a smaller site. Okay, B0, that's not smaller. Here we go. Prisoner extraction. Nyoko Danyoka. Oh, should have picked night. Oh well. My head's all over the place today.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new
Antoine.
arrival.
Welcome aboard. Greetings. Thank you for the follow.
Be careful down there, boss.
You in the tower. That's unhelpful. There's our prisoner. One guy leaving the tower. Nope. Shit, he backed up just enough. On our side of the fence. Sometimes enemies see the strangest things. They see things from far away when they don't see things from nearby. Jet. He's body armor, doesn't he? No. Okay. Good. They'll hear this. Dang. Is there pane of glass or no pane of glass? Let's see what they do and then. The throw was spectacular. Hey, Procyan. Chalice dungeons truly are the wart on Bloodborne's back, huh? Constantly getting one shot in defiled dungeons. Which is the defiled debuff? The defiled debuff, the one where you lose health or enemies get stronger or... Can't I ever sneak in and out clean like that when it matters? Something more important than a little side op. We're supposed to be listening to tapes! Happened again.
Looking back on it, a lot of things make sense.
The cursed
now.
defiled combo, you have
The man
50%
on
health.
fire, Sahelanthropus.
Those are rough.
They both came to life thanks to the third boy's
Message for you,
powers.
Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Chazman!
As a catalyst.
Chazman, thank you for the sub! Cheers to you!
The boy
I appreciate that
parasitizing
extra
man on
support.
fire's desire for revenge gave him
That means
his
you're having a good
ability
time
to
out there.
return. He next appeared
Cheers!
at the Hamid Fighter
Sub
Squad
hype
where
for
Honeymoon was hidden.
Chazman.
There, the boy parasitized Skullface's vengeful mind. He controlled Sahelanthropus, making it do whatever Skullface wanted. Same goes for when we extracted Emmerich onto the chopper. When he appeared at the Devil's House in Central Africa, Skullface's will controlled the man on fire via the third boy's powers. Everything is clear up to this point.
Right
But
on.
even the
Thank
informant couldn't pinpoint who the host was in the cave within Serac power plant. Sahelanthropus suddenly became active, then crushed not only the man on fire, but Skullface as well. Surely neither of them could have been the host. Who else was
Build
at that
7,
location
probably
and
a-
bore anger more extreme than either of them? Whose will was controlling Sahelanthropus? According to the report, emotions transmitted in children's brains affect the surrounding magnetic field more strongly.
Wondering.
Cerebral nerves are covered with insulation
that.
called
Let's go
myelin
get another
sheaths
picture.
to increase impulse speed. The reason for this leakage has to do with the fact that children's myelin sheaths are still developing. So, how many children do you remember being there? Children with a burning desire for revenge and bearing a grudge against you. I
Liquid!
can think of only one. Eli. We don't know what kind of life he's had, but the resentment he's shown toward adults is nothing short of extraordinary. The third boy resonated with Eli's mind. And that means Eli bore the strongest animosity of all individuals within the boy's reception range, estimated to be a 3-mile radius, beating out even Volgan and Skullface. The third boy has probably remained hooked on Eli's anger since. You remember at the Devil's House, the third boy showed an
Why does
interest in
Liquid even
Shivani?
care about Big Boss?
That must have been his ego making a rare appearance. He may possess abilities far beyond anyone else in the world, but he's still a kid. Maybe them both being kids was enough to bring them together. And if so, maybe with Eli, he isn't
Stop
feeding
tape
off him,
before the third one.
but acting in symbiosis with him.
They're saying that Little Mantis isn't acting of his own volition, but is something of a conduit for the strongest, most malignant aggression, hatred, personality in the room. Taking outside the... pulling out the malicious aspect for a moment. Isn't there a condition? This reminds me of an episode of House MD, the medical mystery show. But isn't there some condition where someone sort of adopts the identity of the most dominant personality in their current proximity, something like that. Drawn to strong emotion. Yeah, that's why it reminded me. And he mixes in a little telekinesis and listen to that last tape when we get on the ground. Looking for wandering mother base soldier. I must have. Oh. 8. What are there, 10 total? Dog could help. Let's go in at night. Basically, Psycho Mantis doesn't have fully developed powers, so he's helplessly drawn to other people's psychic emanations. That works. I can dig it. The,
Be careful down there, boss.
fully developed powers don't seem all that much more under his control. But yeah. Let me tell you about emanations. That ass just tried to run down my dog. Oh, keeps happening. Oh. That's our guy. DD is OP. Should work on this one, right? Maybe across a bridge from where we are. Nations. Come sniff the box. You know you want to.
Boss? Is it really you?
Smells like you, boss.
Not for a minute.
One of the guys out on a mission at the time. He's fallen a long way from the glory days. But will he come back to us? Bring him home, boss.
No, there were no mistakes in phrasing. Never remember to put the tapes on.
So what kick-started the third boy's
Must be
powers?
traumatized by tapes.
If we look at the location and time that his plane went down, we can make a pretty good guess. When the plane experienced the first anomaly, it gave an accurate report of its position to a control tower, due north of the Black Sea, 125 miles east of Kiev. Dead south on the Black Sea is Cyprus's Green Line. So the plane's position was directly north of the hospital where you'd been asleep for 9 years. And this anomaly was reported at exactly the same time that you woke up. The plane was enveloped in flame from the inside out. The fuselage burnt to ashes. There were no survivors, at least not publicly admitted. Your thoughts formed a synchronicity with the boy's psyche and were amplified inside his brain. That would have been more than enough to trigger his abilities. Your rage was like a big bang in his head, blowing the lid off his powers. The boy was then secretly moved to the lab outside of Moscow where Volgin was comatose. There, Volgin's thoughts resonated with the boy and he was awakened. Volgin became the man on fire, hell-bent on getting revenge on you. His instincts led him straight to you. Skullface knew Volgin from Operation Snake Eater, or perhaps from even before. Monitoring this pair of extraordinaries, he discovered the hospital and sent his assassin and XOF. Skullface was probably watching the situation from close by. Then, realizing how useful these two test subjects could be, he approached them. Reacting to Skullface's thirst for revenge, this time the boy let Skullface's will control Volgin. Volgin, at times driven by personal revenge, at times through Skullface's will, kept on moving, though his body was little more than dead meat. Perhaps there were moments where even your thoughts affected him as well. But without the boy's power, it was like the plug had been pulled from the socket. Everything was powered by anger, malice, revenge. This is how the end of the report sums things up. Both the third boy and the man on fire were originally test subjects of paranormal research for military applications, like telekinetically controlling the leader of an enemy nation and making him launch a nuke, or stopping the heart of someone on the wrong side of the Berlin Wall, experimenting with latent human abilities. They were used as tools of the Cold War. The boy's only crime was being born with unique gifts.
Don't ever throw a sleep grenade anywhere near Dee Dee.
His life reduced to slavery.
You'll get multiple Bond reductions.
Turned into a living weapon with no will of his own. Eventually, the only emotion he could feel must have been the desire to get revenge for the hand he'd been dealt. Boss, it's you that awakened the boy's powers. But there's more to it than that. I guess the anger emanating from you was something he could truly relate to.
Alright, we'll take him back to base. Finally, it wasn't close enough to either of them to alert them, but it was close enough to both of them do the job. Go take this picture to Paz. Behind. And a thirst for Speedo wearing blonde men. Ah. It would be hard to compile a list of the single strangest elements of Metal Gear lore and characterizations. And the top 5 would have to be a top 50. Right? There's just too many weird things. Please guard me while I shower. Okay, Kojima gets the top of the list, he himself. Can't argue with that.
Boss, we really need some more room here.
Hi again.
Snake.
Day like this, Paz. 2 pictures, 1 day.
What is
Lucky
it,
day.
Snake? The Costa Rican Sea. It is so beautiful. Costa Rica means rich coast. Please,
Thanks, Paz.
please, get them out of my country. Them? Huh? Who was I thinking of? It was... And then I... No, that is not right. But I am an angel of peace. I am a student. I am so tired. I will just lie here a while.
That was the last one we brought her. What do you drink in there? Green. Entry 4. Oz's diary.
I finally had a decent draft of the lyrics, so I showed them to Professor Galvez first. He liked them. He said I had done a superb job capturing the sense of a young girl's troubled heart. There were 1 or 2 lines I thought needed brushing up, so although he said lyrics aren't my specialty at first, he gave me some advice. Everything he said made perfect sense. When I tried
Bottoms up.
putting in his changes, they made the song feel deeper, more sincere. That is the professor for you. He always has the answer. With the lyrics finished, I was ready to show Miller. He does not often take things seriously, but all of a sudden, he was saying, Paz, you have the soul of an Enka songwriter. And I did not even listen to Enka all that much. Maybe I am pretty talented after all.
Eh, don't let it go to your
It
head.
took so much time to write the lyrics that there is hardly any time left to rehearse before Peace Day. The 3 of us rushed into the makeshift practice studio on Mother Base to see how we sounded together. Miller strummed away with a big smile on his face. I sang the main melody, and Professor Galvez improvised a backup melody. I know the professor is smart, but is there anything he cannot do? And Miller's guitar playing sounded a lot better now that he stopped singing. But I can hardly criticize his voice. I thought I had learned the song well enough listening to the tape as I wrote the lyrics, but I had trouble with the pitch and kept missing the rhythm. I had to practice, but there's almost no time left. It is just 3 days until Peace Day. Wait, I thought there were 3 days left before.
Yeah, Paz, how do you explain
I
that?
went and checked today's date with Miller and the professor.
Oh?
The date has not changed. It is the same day. Something is strange. Am I reliving the same day?
Maybe you are, Paz. Maybe you are.
Roger.
It's 2 more weeks until Banner Saga 3 comes out. Do you have a countdown clock?
Arriving shortly at LZ. This is Pequod. On station at LZ.
I want to check how much development time remains on the upgraded pistol.
Gaining altitude.
been lurking. Lurking but quiet. Thank you. Thank you so much. Cheers, Twixor, for all your most excellent support, man. Hey, thank you. And an OHN boss. You too, man. We're still having fun out there. Hello. Hey, man. You're doing all right out there? What's the story? Storage shed. Lights, shields, machine guns, directional mines, surveillance cameras, gas masks. Machine guns. Rage loved the first, that was the second. Banner Saga. Scion better in every way, and it's free right now on Twitch Prime. You install their app, formerly Curse. That's where you can install all that from, I believe. 22 minutes, eliminate the dictator. Concerned that will fail. You have to start it over again, 3 hours or so. What about the pistol we're waiting on? 21 minutes, about the same time. Okay. Well, coming up, I'm going to take a 10-minute break. Maybe we run another side op real quick. And then break for 10, and hopefully that'll be complete. After the break, we can go proxy war without end, or we could get into an extreme sniper battle with Quiet and get killed repeatedly. That might be fun to try. Stream cloaked in silence. Anyway, after a break, we do real quick. Tank unit 7-9. Armored vehicle 8. Heavy infantry 14. Oh, another wandering Mother Base soldier popped right up. Are they just gonna pop up in sequence now? No delay? Wish you could drop a tank on Quiet. Have you tried dropping anything other than supplies? Quixor, fine, you would say. How about yourself? Still quietly losing my mind, I think. I don't really know. I have, very tenuous connection with my sanity and the world at large right now. Just trying to cover the basics. Trying to function like a human being. And that was to Lamia too. Like I said, I'm not functioning too well. In general. I've been reading chat backwards a lot lately. I think probably always, but I'm aware of it a lot lately. I look down and read the most recent stuff and I go one line at a time. In reverse. Ways of the mind can be strange. And there's nothing like it.
Be careful down there, boss.
I think that's our guy. That's sweet. 200 meters away, but we can see him clearly.
He was off base during the
Think I can make a 200-meter shot?
Bring him home, boss.
See some bullet drop. Oh! What's up, woo? Yeah, you'll never see me make another 200-meter shot. Yeah.
You gotta extract him.
Hey, woo, cheers to you. See ya.
Good job.
Memento photo, Chico. Well, we're going back to give Paz this photo then. One shot, one kill. We'll say one shot. We'll just call it one shot. Quite satisfying that was. Damn, I was hoping that challenge task was like 200-meter headshot. Wonder if the starting position for that particular soldier, that mission, numbered mission, their starting position's always the same, then that opportunity would always be there. You could land at that zone and expect the soldier to be on that ridge and we just here. JG! AG, thank you for the host. Hello.
Boss!
Don't look at me, I'm going into my special place.
Oh, Snake.
You feeling better? Because 10 minutes ago you had a headache and had to lay down
What
and...
is it, Snake? Chico, I wonder what he thinks of me.
He thinks
I
you're
have
dead.
not seen him lately. Maybe he is angry.
Pretty sure he's off crying somewhere.
Something I'm hiding from Chico. Or I thought there was.
Doesn't even mention Amanda. Just Chico.
It was. And then I... No, that is not
Hey,
right.
KG.
But
In the flesh.
I am an angel of peace. I am a student.
Of confusion.
I am so tired. I will just lie here a while.
Picture we brought her a few minutes ago. Costa Rica. No more diary tapes this time. 10 total? 12 total? More? When we get back to the ACC, Side Ops list may update. Let's see if another wandering mission appears.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
This thing what would pass, dude.
This is B-Quad. On station at LZ.
Ah, nice.
Gaining altitude.
JG, did you catch that headshot? Made a 208-meter headshot. That was... It was probably a dream. I'm betting that, I think that's the clip. Is that the clip Wu just posted a link to? And probably the video there too. Yeah, that one was... So... Yes, I want to take that break. We've got these things I'm waiting on that are almost developed. 12 minutes. Be done a couple minutes after I get back from a break. That's good. We got missions to run. Should we try... Hey, after that sniper shot, why don't we go have a sniper battle with Quiet, and then you can see how it doesn't usually play out like that. She can kick my ass in a sniper battle after the break. We'll try Extreme Cloaked in Silence. Yeah, and then we're gonna run this mission and it will never happen again. See if I can make that shot that I made. We should be able to do Extreme Cloaked in Silence. Although Quiet doesn't give you time to line up the shot. You pretty much have to pop out and hide, pop up, try and line up the shot and hide. You gotta be able to pop up and take the shot in about a second and a half, or she will cream you. Do you really want to do that? Probably not. Probably not. We could also run Proxy War without end. It would. It would. If I had hit with the first shot, that would have been even better. These days, I gotta take what I can get. Love you guys. Hang in there during the break. I will, let me put on the right screen. Yesterday, I went to break and put the sign-off screen. Let's not do that. I'm gonna put the break screen up, put on some music. I'll see you back here in 10. If we lose anyone, have a good Friday the 13th. Otherwise, we're gonna go another couple hours after the break. See you soon.